Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Team Fireball call. I am so excited to see everyone. I love our team calls. It's when we come together and we share what we've learned, share what works for us. And today I wanted to cover our compensation plan. There is so much about the ins and outs of our compensation plans and all of the ways that we get paid. And it has taken me a long time to understand it. I still don't fully understand it. But thank goodness today's call, I've been able to learn a little bit more, and I'm hoping to share it with you because there really is so much that we can do to just take advantage of this compensation plan and really maximize it. To be rewarded for all of our hard work and for sharing this information with others. But before we get started on that, I just wanted to introduce myself in case you don't know me. My name is Alice Beretta. I'm an equine veterinarian, wife and mom of 2 boys. And I am a busy, busy person. I own my own practice. I'm on call 24/7. So fitting LifeVantage in was not something that I ever anticipated doing. But as I saw what our products do for people and animals, I couldn't help but share. And next thing I knew, I was building something called residual income. And you never think about that, in our normal lines of work. We go to work, we get paid. And even when you own your own business, I go to appointments and I get paid. So I never really understood the concept of residual or leveraged income. And the more I learned about it, the more it makes sense. And the more I realized that we just have to work smarter and not harder. And so before I get started, though, I do have a few announcements and some really, really, really fun, exciting stuff coming up. One of them is there is a flash sale on the personal care line. It's 20% off. So that's huge. If you have not tried our personal care line, I love it. I love it so much. So try out these products. That deodorant, I cannot say enough wonderful things about the deodorant. I never thought I would find a natural deodorant that would work for me. I just thought it was impossible, that it was a long lost cause. And the only reason I tried it is because it was ours, because I had really officially given up on finding one. And it is amazing, you guys. So definitely, if you haven't given it a try, give it a try. I'm so happy I finally found one and I don't have to put aluminum on my skin every day. So I'm not going to go into all of the products, but definitely check them out and order what you would like to try, because 20% goes a long way. So you can even buy the whole line if you want. Another big announcement is the LifeVantage Academy is on Saturday. So there are only a few cities that are having live events, but you can sign up for the virtual LVA. It's only $25. You have a week to watch it if you're not able to tune in for every second. The other big one is Global is coming up October 7th. That's only like 3 weeks away. It is offered virtually for people that are not ready to travel yet, or have reasons why they can't travel. But I've decided to go. I just I feel like it's so important to be able to be there for your team and to be together and to connect with each other. And it's just long overdue. Long overdue. We really miss going to these events and recharging and learning and just being together is just priceless. So I'm super, super excited about it. So it's not too late. I actually bought my flight today. Time just got away from me and I couldn't believe it was only 3 weeks away, and purchased my flight this morning, and the flights are still very reasonably priced. The global ticket is $175, so it's very reasonable. And just squeeze it in, make it happen. I promise you will not regret it. So if we also have some rooms blocked off, so reach out to us, reach out to Christy, and we can make sure that we're sharing rooms and saving as much money as possible. So excited about that. There's also a new Axio flavor coming, like a limited time offer Axio flavor that's coming. So I can't wait to find out about that. That'll be announced, I think maybe this Saturday at the LVA, but that's coming soon. And then I also want to congratulate the distributors that have new enrollments for the month. Congratulations, you guys are sharing the information, enrolling new people. That's how we do this. So great job. We want to congratulate you, Krista McFalls, Jenny Field, Christy Simpson, and Genevieve Keller. Congratulations for signing up new customers in the last week. And okay, so I think that is it for the announcements. And I wanted to go straight into our compensation plan. And I think what's important to just remember as I'm going through the compensation plan is that it is really designed for cooperation. It is designed for teams to work together. It is never just one person, and it's not competition. Everything is healthy competition because we are all working together to meet the same goals and grow together. And I love that about our compensation plan. And I know that's why it's so successful. It is lucrative to where it is, we're incentivized to work hard, and the potential for income and growth is amazing. But there's always that spirit of cooperation. I love that about our company. It's just part of our culture. So I'm going to go over just a few things, just a few like little definitions. But there are different types of volumes. So just so you're familiar with these, the commissional volume is the volume that's assigned to each product that LifeVantage uses to determine our commissions. So for example, a bottle of Protandim is a commissional volume of 40. So when you're ordering your products, you can see there's like a little number on the left, and then there's the price. So that commissional volume that you see is the number that they use to determine our sales commissions. Then there's your PV, or your personal volume. And that is not just your personal order, but also the orders of your personal customers. And then you have your organizational volume, your OV, and that is the volume of your entire organization. So that is, customers and distributors, and your distributors, customers and distributors. So that is your overall volume. And those will be important understanding the compensation plan as we go. So you guys bear with me. I've kind of MacGyvered some books over here, and I'm going to try to set up my camera so that you guys can see what I'm drawing. So hang in there. Let me know if I'm all crooked. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this. If not, just yell at me. All right, so the first way that we get paid, because we get paid in so many ways, it is super confusing, but super exciting and an incredible thing, if you ask me. But the first thing is the Smart Start bonus. So number one, your Smart Start bonus. And the way this works is that we get paid 30% or 40% of new customers or new distributors' orders. So their first order. So for example, if you order 3 Nerf 2, that's 100 in commissional volume. That same week, we get paid weekly, you'll earn $40. That's 40%. If someone orders a platinum pack, a new distributor, that's 1,000 in volume, you would earn $400. So that's how you get that initial return on investment. And it helps people kind of get the money back in their pocket after they've ordered, and they get those first paychecks that are huge. We all appreciate getting that first paycheck, and it motivates us to keep going. And those are paid once a week. The other bonus that is paid once a week is the launch bonus. And the launch bonus is once you reach the ranks of Pro 3 and above, and it's for enrollment packs. When someone enrolls someone with an enrollment pack, whether it's a silver pack or a platinum pack, the Pro 3s, Pro 5s, Pro 7s, and Pro 10s earn like a portion of this bonus. So for a Pro 3, you would earn $50. Pro 5, 7, and 10 would earn $25. And so the importance of this launch bonus, this too is paid weekly, but it means that not just the enrolling distributor earns that fast Smart Start bonus, but the distributors above them. So we're all incentivized to help each other enroll new distributors. And you're kind of invested, right? Because you have a new distributor down the line, you've received a paycheck already, and you're excited to help them, get to work so they can kind of get their return on investments. The next bonus is the one that we're all working for, right? It's that royalty commission. The royalty commission is the part that we're all working for. It's the part that you actually get royalties for sharing and educating people. So it's just like someone who creates a song. Every time that song is played, they're going to be paid residual or royalty commissions. We share LifeVantage with people. We educate people on what the products do. And then from then on, every time those customers order, we earn this royalty commission. And that is really, really, really powerful. And that is what we're all building. And you've all seen, our earned income statement that is public, right? Because we are publicly traded. So all of those numbers are published. And I didn't print it because it's super tiny. So I'm just going to go over the ranks real quick. And the different ranks will determine how much money we make per month, right? So in order to, let's kind of skip over to Pro 3, so I'm not writing forever. But let's look at the rank of Pro 3. That's just the third rank in our company. In order to be a Pro 3, you have to have $5,000 in overall volume. And our monthly commissions, or average monthly commissions for Pro 3s, is $581. So that's a big deal. $581 just coming in as a royalty commission for the customers that are underneath you. So they can be your personal customers, your personal distributors, as well as their distributors and customers. And LifeVantage pays up to 9 levels deep. And what determines the number of levels deep that you get paid is your rank. So if you're a Pro 3, you get paid on 5 levels deep. And then I'm going to go to Pro 5. I'm going to kind of skip so that I don't have to go over all of them, but you kind of get the gist of it. But Pro 5 is 20,000 in overall volume, with the monthly commissions of about $3,000. So $3,000 a month makes a big difference. That's, kind of changes your finances. It brings you some serious security, may allow you to stop, some sort of other work that you've been doing, will replace, people's income. So that's a big foundational rank. That's a huge deal. And I would definitely recommend trying to get there, because it makes a big difference in your life and your outlook on where you're going and what you can do. I'll skip over to Pro 7. That's 100,000 in overall volume, and they make about 12,000 per month. So you can see once you get to that Pro 7 level, the income increases substantially. And I will go over another way that we get paid towards the end that is for the Pro 7s, Pro 8s, Pro 9s, and Pro 10s. And then I'll go to Pro 9, 500,000 in overall volume or organizational volume. And Pro 9s get paid an average of $50,000 a month. So you can see how as you move up into the ranks and your volume increases, the earned income potential is really substantial. And then I'll just go to Pro 10 and we'll stop there. That's $1 million in sales per month. And they make an average of $85,000 a month. So that royalty commission is definitely what we're working for and working towards. And at first it's a little slow. It just slowly creeps up, and next, it's just growing exponentially. And they always talk about how the first couple of years in network marketing, people always overestimate what they are going to make. And then in those next couple of years, they underestimate their potential. And I do think it was around year 4 that I saw a big increase in my income. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is absolutely worth it. It's really nice when you can kind of see it for yourself. All right, where was I? All right, so I was going to explain a little bit about how that royalty commission works. And this is the one that we're paid once a month. So let's say this is me right here, and I enroll Joe. And later on that month or a month later, I enroll Sue. And then Ed. And then they enroll some distributors and some customers who also enroll some customers and some distributors. The way that this works is that on this customer here, this distributor will earn 2% monthly, every month, as that customer orders. This distributor will earn 5%, and I will earn 9%. And it keeps going, and then it's 5% as it goes down. So we earn an average of 5% on those customer orders. And if you are a Pro 1, you get paid on 3 levels deep, Pro 2, 4 levels deep, Pro 3, 5 levels deep, and it keeps going up to 9 levels. And then another thing that LifeVantage does, which is incredible, that I don't know that a lot of companies do, is something called dynamic compression. And what that does is it makes sure that you always earn that potential. So if you are a Pro 3 and you should earn 5 levels deep, and something happens to Joe, like moves to Africa or somewhere that we're like not even open, or he falls off the planet, or who knows what happens to Joe. He marries this really rich lady and he's like, oh, I don't need to do any more work. And so anyway, so Joe just falls off the planet. I am not going to miss out on commissions. With dynamic compression, those distributor levels will move up, and I will still get paid if I'm a Pro 3, 5 levels deep, or if I'm a Pro 5, 7 levels deep. So that's awesome. That's such a great thing that LifeVantage does. Let me see. I think that's it. Oh, another little kind of thing to remember is you have 30 days to move customers. So let's say I enrolled a new customer here. I have 30 days. Let's say I wanted to move that customer under this distributor down here so that my customer would now be here so that I could earn that 9%. So you can strategically move distributors and customers. It gets a little complicated, but ask someone in your upline and they can help you figure it out. So another great bonus that I've been able to experience and I think makes a huge difference in our compensation plan is the generational check matching bonus. And how this works is that when you enroll a new distributor, and this also starts at the rank of Pro 3. So you can see why it's important to get to that rank of Pro 3. But it goes 5 generations deep. What happens is when you enroll a distributor, whatever that distributor makes every month, you, LifeVantage, will match that amount and you will make that amount. So for your first level, the first distributors that you enroll, so we'll go back to that picture where there was me, and here was Joe, and then Joe signed up a distributor. So when Joe gets paid, let's say Joe gets paid $1,000 a month in royalty commissions, I would make 10% of that. So $100 would be added to my monthly check. And then Joe's distributor, number 1 here, I would make 5% of what Joe makes every month. So you're really incentivized to help your team that's in your downline, especially the ones that you personally enroll. And it does go 5 levels deep, so you see that can be really substantial. The one thing about the generational matching bonus is you do have to have new customers yourself. You have to be enrolling new customers. So you have to be an active distributor. You can't just sign up some rock stars and then sit on the couch. And then the last way that we get paid, which is amazing, and I think attracts a lot of distributors, a lot of people to our company, is your elite bonus pool. And the way that it works is all new global revenue, that new volume, 4% goes into this bonus pool. And this bonus pool is split into shares. So 1% of that bonus pool is split between Pro 7s, Pro 8s, Pro 9s, and 10s. Another percent is split between the Pro 8s, 9s, and 10s. Another percent is split between the Pro 9s and Pro 10s. And then the last one is split between is just the Pro 10s. So you can see how at this point, our elite distributors are working really hard to build locally and globally, that they're getting paid on global sales. And there again, just going to really emphasize that spirit of cooperation, of everyone helping everyone, anybody that wants to work and, share this information with others. The elites are going to be, willing to help them. And then there's one more that's called the rank achievement bonus. And I'll just go over that one briefly. That is for the Master Pro 10s and the Executive Master Pro 10s and the Presidential Master Pro 10s. And those are cash bonuses for reaching those ranks. So your Master Pro 10s get $100,000 cash bonuses for reaching those ranks. The Executive Master Pro 10s earn $250,000 and your Presidential $500,000. So those are just, big cash bonuses for those elite distributors that we appreciate so much, that work so hard for all of us. So it's just an incredible compensation plan. It does get kind of complicated, but I think if you look at the bottom line, if you looked at our earned income statement, you can see the potential. So whether you're just, trying to earn some money back to pay for your products, or, build a residual income that you can pass down to generations, this this compensation plan is just designed for us, by us, for us. So I'm just such a blessing to be a part of this company. And if you have any questions about the compensation plan, we would be happy to help in any way that we can. And so I think that's all I have on the compensation plan, but I did want to share just a little bit of something. My daily inspiration when I go to yoga, I always take something home with me. And the message at my last yoga class was about changing your story and rewriting your story. And at any point, we can change our story. And it's like those books that you read when you were a kid, where you would get to the end of the chapter and you could choose, like, did you want to jump in the pirate ship, or did you want to, run away with the princess or whatever? And then you could choose your ending. Well, really, our life is a story. It's the story that we tell ourselves, the story that other people tell us, and we have control over that story when we don't realize it. And it's so important to be the hero in the story, not the victim in the story. And I just kind of started watching some videos on people sharing, the importance of um, taking ownership and rewriting your story, to rewrite the ending. And there was one guy that I really, really liked that just talks about taking back the power when you feel overwhelmed or broken, that you can rewrite your story at any time. And there are stories that serve us and some that destroy us, that are not good for us. So I have a few little pictures I'm going to share. Let's see if I can figure out how to share my pictures. There it is. It'll take just a second to pull them up. I'm working from my phone, so it's all kind of new to me. But he talked about how to rewrite your story. And there were 5 steps, 5 things that you had to do. We feel life is against us, but when you're able to cast your character as, oh, Christy said she can't hear me. Okay, now it's good. Okay, good. Sorry about that. So when you cast a new character full of hope, that is excited about the future, your hero character, then you don't have to accept, that story that doesn't serve you. And you don't have to live that story day in and day out, the negative story. And a lot of times our story is one that's been programmed since childhood, right? Well, you don't have to accept it. You can rewrite it. So the other thing that he recommended is to realize that the chapter you're in is not the whole story, right? It's just a chapter. It does not define your whole life or your whole story. So challenges and obstacles, setbacks are temporary, and you don't want to give up stuck in that chapter, because there's another chapter coming. So he said, always remember that we heal from the storms, and that this chapter, this too shall pass. So his next step number 3, which I thought was so relevant to what we do and what we share with people, was to take care of yourself and find empowerment through nutrition. And he's, talked about how when you feel good, then you can think straight, you can become a better, version of yourself. So don't accept a diet that does not serve you. Same thing as the story. And then step number 4 is say, this is not how my story is going to end. So he says, we are creating this story. So take responsibility for your story and your script, your words, your thoughts, your actions. All of those things have power. And so do not settle and just say, this is not how my story is going to end, and I'm going to take the steps to change it. So, back to that being a hero, not a victim in your own story. And then number 5 was realize that you are so much more than your current story. And he says your current story does not define who you are. And I just think about that when we're kids, right? When we're kids and we're, trying to learn how to ride a bicycle, and it's so hard, and all the adults or the bigger kids can do it so easily. It's so hard to picture your potential or where you're going or what you can achieve when you're just looking at the present. So it's just so important to know that this is just a chapter and that it's not over and that it does not define the rest of our lives. And my kids and I have been reading these survivor stories, and they are incredible. It's a whole book about people that have survived extraordinary things. I don't know if you guys remember the gentleman in 2003 that was hiking in caves, like climbing in caves, and a boulder fell on his arm and he was stuck. And he was stuck there for days and days and days with nothing, just barely snacks to eat. And you can't rewrite the past, right? Like he couldn't rewrite the fact that he didn't tell anyone where he was going. He couldn't rewrite the fact that he was alone and didn't have a friend to help him, to call for help. But in that moment, he had a clean slate. He could rewrite history. Like he said, I am not dying here in this cave. And he just decided, he made that decision. And he found a solution, so for several days he was stuck, and then he rewrote his story. And he ended up having to cut his arm in order to get out of there. But he said that was the most freeing, amazing feeling to know that he was not going to die right there. And I don't know, it was just so amazing, those stories of how people survive and become the heroes in their own stories instead of the victims. And this that I just, read, that video that I watched and the notes that I took applied to all of those survivor stories. And I don't know, it just all came together really, really well, and just gives you a different perspective that we have so much more control and that we truly write our own stories and that it's up to us. So I just thought that was kind of a good way to end our call. And if anybody has any questions or would like to add anything, please do. And if not, then I guess we will wrap up the call. Thank you all for listening and for putting up with all my technical stuff. If you could see, I have a book that was holding my phone. I hope you guys could see what I was drawing. If not, there's a great compensation plan. That is, if you put in LifeVantage compensation plan 2021, that has some great info. And I guess that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next Monday.
That was a great call, Alice. Thank you.
Was it okay?